It's Katie Lee, and this is Katie Lee on Z103, the podcast, a replay of today's full show. Z103, it's Katie Lee. Remember when I had issues with my pickup and it was in the shop for like a month? Well, guess what? Now it has weird issues again. I don't even know how this one came about. Like, it is so weird. It works, it drives, but the one thing that doesn't work now, well, kind of, okay. So it has to do with the stereo, with the radio and Bluetooth. So whether my phone's connected or it's the radio, it is so weird. So like, it'll be skipping the song. So you know how if you take a zip tie, the end of a zip tie, and you drag it around the outside, the spokes of like a bicycle tire, okay? And you hear those skips. Okay, well, when you go faster, the skips go faster, right? Well, when you slow down, the skips go slower. That's exactly what happens in my pickup. Okay, it is so weird. The faster I drive down the road, the more that I can hear the music, but the slower that I go, the slower that the skips go and longer chunks of the music that I can't hear. It is the weirdest thing in the whole entire world. I called the guy that was in charge of taking care of my pickup last time and I was like, hey, so something's wrong again. He wasn't there, so I left him a message. Hopefully he'll get back to me sometime today, but Steve, if you're listening, help me! Z103, it's Katie Lee, and I've got your 2 o'clock tea for you today. So Brian Austin Green wants MGK to stop lying about being in contact with Megan Fox. I've heard a couple of stories about he's just like, Brian's been telling MGK to grow up. Honestly, can't agree with that. Let's see. Gonna scroll down here. Beyonce has unveiled the dates for her Cowboy Carter tour. You can go find those on her socials. You know. Yeah. Travis Scott's 4x4 debuts at number 1 on the Hot 100 this week. You know, whoop-de-doo. And it's kind of boring. Super Bowl ticket prices are down thousands of dollars from last year. And Philadelphia Eagle fans have a new Taylor Swift shirt that shows just how truly classy they are. I am being sarcastic because it's a dumb shirt. Anyways, that's all I got for your 2 o'clock tea today. I didn't even know that soft spaces were a thing, and now everybody's just like, we need to bring back dangerous playgrounds. Basically, the playgrounds that we all grew up with, okay? There's a new policy proposal in the Netherlands that says children playgrounds are being too safe and boring, and that risk-taking play can be better and more interesting for kids to get them off of their devices. What did we switch over to? Like, how did we get to boring playgrounds? Z103, it's Katie Lee. It's kind of crazy that these things are just basically vanishing from life these days. I mean, we already lost Blockbuster, but then we lost Redbox. Man, I remember we would go, it would be me and my dad or my sister. We'd go into, used to be Rollins, then it turned into, or Albertsons, and then it turned into Rollins. We'd go into Redbox, get some ice cream. Man, it was just a good time. So other things that are basically going to be extinct, paper maps, those don't exist anymore. Well, I mean, they do, but nobody uses them. Landline phones, we still have one. My mom still has the original landline hanging on the wall. It doesn't work, but I don't think she wants to ever get rid of it. This is one thing that I beg that we get back. Physical concert tickets. Okay, I miss being able to collect my concert tickets and put them into my concert book. Yes, I have a concert book. And this way I can keep track of all the concerts that I've ever been to, but now I can't because they're all just, on your phone. And it's kind of a pain in the butt to have to go and print out a ticket. And it's just not the same. They looked cooler when they were actual tickets. Yeah, there are just a lot of things that are just disappearing from the world, and it makes me kind of sad. Trying to read a book with Nix on the couch is near impossible now because anytime that I pull the book out and I place it on the pillow on the couch, the girl thinks that the pillow is brought out for her head. And she's just like, no, Mom, my head goes here. You can put the book somewhere else. And when I try to put the book on top of her head, then she starts having a little fit. And I'm just like, listen, the pillow is so I can rest the book on there. You can lay your head on my lap, just not the pillow. Z103, it's Katie Lee. All right, EastsideHomeNews.com posted a story, and I love this. Southeast Idaho Public Health is hosting its annual Give Kids a Smile event. So they're offering free dental care to kids from preschool through 8th grade. And it's happening this Saturday at the ISU Dental Hygiene Clinic in Pocatello. And little ones can get exams, cleanings, sealants, and even referrals for free cavity treatments if needed. And if there's no insurance, no problem, because this event is all about keeping kids' teeth healthy and smiles bright. Appointments are limited, I guess, so make sure you get your kiddo signed up. And if you want more details about it, head over to eastidahonews.com for the full story there. The popularity of cold plunges is astounding. I have so many friends on my Instagram stories that post about it every single day. And I don't know. There's just a lot of me that's just that's a big, big, big no. I'm going to pass on that one. Katie Lee here on Z103, Idaho's #1 hit music channel. Fellas, let's talk about proposals real quick, okay? If you've got it in your brain right now that this is what you want to do, I'm going to stop you, okay? This is why you should never, ever, ever hide the ring in her food. I know, it sounds totally romantic in the movies, but in real life, that's probably a one-way ticket to a surprise trip to the dentist or the emergency room. Because nobody wants to say yes with a mouthful of cheesecake and a cracked molar or, choking in the middle of trying to get it out. So if you're about to pop the question, keep it classy, no choking hazards, no fishing it out of the glass of champagne or hiding it in a burrito or whatever. Just, I promise she's going to want it on her finger, okay? Z103, it's Katie Lee. Today was absolutely gorgeous. Granted, I do have a lake piling up down below my house. Thankfully, it's not in my house anymore. It was in my back porch for a really long time. But living at the bottom of a hill, it definitely has its issues. So all the water, all the runoff is coming down the hill, and it's pooling right in my driveway. And so it's like I have to go bahawing through Gem Lake every day. I have to get to the house, leave the house. And I'm just I really need to figure out how to dig a trench. So I told my dad, I was can we figure this out? And he's it'll go down eventually. I was okay. The problem with this is that the top of the hill is where we keep our cows. And so the water that's running off, it's not good water. It's kind of stinky. It's smelly water. And so I need it to all either freeze or go away really, really fast. Because when we have stinky water and you have a dog that loves to play in the water, put two and two together. It's not pleasant. Idaho's #1 hit music channel, Z103. It's Katie Lee, and I've got your Daily Dummy. So a while back, there's a guy in Florida. His name is Jason. He went to a Hyundai dealership to finance a new vehicle, and they looked into it, and, they denied him. So he got upset and stole a car from the lot after noticing that the keys were left in the ignition. And he got away with it very, very briefly. The authorities didn't have a problem tracking him down for two reasons. One, the car had a lot of GPS sensors on it. Two, Jason had given his address to the dealership when he was trying to get it financed. Rookie mistake. And then he admitted to the police that he stole a vehicle because he was denied a car loan. And he said that he had no choice because he spent his last $50 on an Uber to the dealership. That was his last straw. First of all, why are you spending $50 on an Uber ride? I don't think I've ever spent $50 on an Uber ride. Maybe 20, but not 50. Second, I feel like a lot of people were going to be aware of their situation. If you only have $50 in your account for the Uber, how do you think that you're going to be able to pay for the car? I mean, I guess you weren't going to because you stole it. Anyways, he was hit with a felony count of vehicle theft, as sounds about right. Z103, it's Katie Lee, and I am out of here for the day, my friends. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening. Y'all stay safe, stay legit, be awesome, and I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye. Thanks for listening to Katie Lee on Z103, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Katie Lee on Z103 is hosted by Katie Lee and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com.